he wanted to make brothers because he used to write, you know. But I told you we went to court. We went to court the day that he got killed. That day we went to court in the morning.
So you was actually at the same studio too?
Yeah.
At that?
Yeah, I don't know.
So what happened? Like, when did y'all end up separating?
We ain't not really separated.
L.A. Capone got killed in this alley.
Yeah, he got shot in the studio. I remember this the studio he got shot at.
Yeah, I was 13 when that shit happened. My OG was right here. She called the police. She seen that shit happen. Bro. She sent my homies. I was in Chestnut Park. She sent my homies over there to come get me. Cause she like, damn, somebody just died over here. He young as hell. Bro, I come over here, I see him. Bro, I'm damn at 13. I remember that they had the candlelight and everything. I was right there watching that shit. Only LA though.
Yeah.
He was talented.
Yo, it's your boy Trey Trizy, been busy and I'm back at it like a crack at it with another video. Today, we gonna be speaking on Iraq. Yeah, today we gonna be going back in time. Today, we gonna be speaking on your boy L.A. Capone. I fuck with LA. RIP to LA before we get started in this video. So basically this a video about who was more closer to LA Capone. JB Binladen or Tay600. Better known now as Taycapone. I also fuck with Taycapone. I fuck with his YouTube channel. Go follow Taycapone. Although if you ask me about his allegations, I do think that No Limit Cairo, what he was saying about the situation was kind of dead on. I just basically just say it was like dry snitching. I can't call him a full snitch because he didn't snitch, and like ain't nothing he did that got them behind bars. They was trying to use him to fully put the nail in the coffin, but he wouldn't go for you, so you can't really put that on him. You know what I'm saying? These niggas was young at the end of the day. They was like 16, 17 and shit. You gotta think about it. So like, it ain't like the nigga fully, snitched or no shit like that. They just tricked him into saying a few words he wasn't trying to say. He didn't snitch. Snitching is, he was a young nigga being tricked and not schooled. That's the thing that happens when young niggas jump into games without the older niggas being around to school them on what and how to be questioned and all that. That's all that was. It wasn't. I can't really say Tay600 was a snitch. That's one of them situations like Lil J where you gotta put allegations on his name to to front his character and shit like that so he won't get on. It do hit different, but. Yeah, man, L.A. Capone. If y'all don't know, L.A. Capone is a legendary Chicago rapper. It do hit different. When I used to fuck with L.A. Capone, I used to be listening to his music all the time. And literally, it's like every time I start listening to a rapper in Chicago, I'm from Chicago, by the way. I'm the same age as these niggas. I was brought up in this era, outside in this era. I lived this era. I lived this shit. I ain't just talking it. I was outside. I was going to Hat Park, so I was like, literally, I know most of the motherfuckers that y'all be looking so fanned out about. I know they, like, not know them personally, but I went to school with their ass and shit like that, and some of them I do know personally. It do hit different. But, yeah, I was coming home, shit, not even going home. I was going to the hood, to my homie crib. I was getting off the 28th bus. If you're from Chicago, you already know. I was getting off the 28th bus right there, like 71st and Stony and shit. I get to walking down and shit. I'm seeing a crime scene. I'm like, what the fuck? I keep walking past and I'm thinking nothing of it. I get, to my homie crib. We roll up a blunt. I was listening to LA at the time, so I instantly finna try to go to some LA. I go to LA name. Every time I some, they like, talking about RIP LA and shit. This around the time Spot News was real hot then. So Spot News was, somebody already did a story and they was, using Spot News pictures and it was showing the crime scene, a little bit. And it was like, I'm like, I look like I just walked past that shit. I'm like, that ain't never where I just walked past from, because I'm not thinking like, what the fuck LA doing, over our way at the studio and shit. I'm like, he couldn't be at the studio over here. I'm like, fuck he doing the studio over here? He was at the studio that was like in between Chestnut and East End shit, LPC shit. He was like and Stony Spot, all that shit. He was in the midst of all that shit. So he was basically at the studio over there. But I'm like, he from 600. Why the fuck is you at the studio all the way over east? And you from 600, you got all y'all supposed to have a studio in the hood. That's the only thing that like I was pissed off on LA Pass because I fuck with LA. I feel like he had a lot of potential. So like, why the fuck was he not recording in his own hood? Why did he have to go all the way over there? It's dangerous over there. I'm from that way. I know it's dangerous over there. Y'all pay attention to the rap scene and all that shit like that. So y'all thinking that the O Block and 63rd War is the worst war that's going on. Nah, they went over there where it's tragic at. It's common for niggas to die over there. I don't even think. I'm talking about. I don't even think he ain't even die from niggas over that way. But it's just being over that way. It's just easy to get caught because it's tragic over there. That's not too far from 71st and Jeffrey. Like it's niggas die all the time over there. Like do y'all research, do y'all homework, whatever y'all want to call it. Do y'all shit. But yeah, niggas die around that way all the time. Shit. T. Roy died right by where L.A. Capone died at. Like, if a lot of y'all don't know, like, they died not too far from each other. I don't know why them niggas be on that side of town. Like, that's not the side of town y'all should be on. Not to say that they got caught from niggas over that way. It's just easy to get caught over that way because niggas always dying over there. So it's like it's more lenient to the police to let niggas die over this way. So don't like I don't know, but yeah, shit. We can get deeper into JB Binladen, as y'all seen from that video I had playing in the beginning of the video, that JB Binladen, you can see in his eyes that he been traumatized by the situation, and I'm gonna let y'all hear him speak a little bit on what happened that night before I continue.
Actual shooting occurred, like you was still in the area, or you found out afterwards?
Porch.
So you was on the
Take
court?
it there, like lurking, you know?
Yeah. But it's basically like, was you close enough to hear what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this was the first time with somebody close. So how would you say it affected you mentally? Like, what did it change about you?
That's a good question. That was like my real first, like heartbreak. I was really fucked up behind that shit, like PTSD shit. That's where like that shit come from for me.
So, yeah, now that y'all, heard that part, basically he was saying like L.A. Capone was his first heartbreak. So if you ask me, so this video is on who was closer. I believe that JB Binladen was who L.A. Capone hung with on a day-to-day basis. I think Capone was from his hood, trench babies together. He probably was in the same houses with him and all that shit like that. And I think Tay600 holds him down more now that he's dead. But when he was alive, I just believe leading up to his death, he was more closer to JB Binladen. And if anybody after him probably would have been Rondo number 9, then Tay600. I fuck with Tay600, but like I don't think he was number one in terms of who LA fucked with. I think it probably was JB, then Rondo, then Tay. If you ask me. And if you really ask me, it was some like he didn't really fuck with 600 all the way. And then LA is really from Nuketown, where Trench's News from. That's what a lot of people don't know. Like that's where his roots is at. And like LA wasn't really fucking with 600. And I ain't gonna say he wasn't fucking with him, but he went all the way like that with him because why the fuck wasn't he not recording in 600? Because I'm pretty sure it was studios all around that way, anything that way. Why the fuck was he going all the way over there? Then it's crazy because one of the songs I fuck with the most by LA was Brothers, and that's what he was trying to record when he passed that day. Only a nigga like JB Binladen would know that. Like, if you heard him say that in the beginning, that he wanted to record Brothers. It do hit different because that's why Rondo and lildurk hopped on it because they wanted to make sure that Brothers took off. Like, LA Capone situation, definitely a sad situation because, like I say, I really thought he was gonna be making it and shit when I was seeing him blow up and shit. You know, you can't break bread, you fake. It was me and bro. We was at the store and both of us got 50-cent cakes. That's a famous Chicago line. That's a real ass bar. It hit different when you already know. You can feel that and you done it before. It hit different, man. But yeah, man, RP to LA Capone, definitely a weird face, like, you know, weird shaped face ass motherfucker, but it do hit different. But definitely was talented as hell in the rapping. And do I think like Tay Capone is the person who hold him down the most after he's passed? He's the real brother's keeper, if you ask me. Tay Capone is the real brother's keeper, hands down. But when he was alive, he was most closest to JB. You can't, like, it's undeniable. He was more closer to JB than probably Rondo number 9, because they got into the music together, so it kind of brought them closer. And then you would say Tay Capone because that's who he probably was originally. You know, that was probably his original Spash brother. And then, you know, he started hanging with JB. Then he started making music with Rondo. That's pretty much a full breakdown. A lot of these niggas ain't really from the hoods that they started claiming. They did that shit for the clout. Like, a lot of niggas started claiming the hoods that was most clouded, started trying to hang with the hoods that was most clouded. Like, the streets did. This is when the streets first started dying, around like 2013, 2014. Not to say that's when the drill era started, because the drill era started like, what y'all don't know, the real drill era started like 2007, 2006, when Les them was rapping. But yeah, you know, the drill era y'all really too started like 2010, 2011. It do hit different. I was about in 8th grade. Yeah, when I was in 8th grade, it was busting. It do, you know. So what y'all seeing today with the fully chops and the little speedies and shit, this shit is just a repeated cycle. The only difference is it's keep getting more and more watered down, is what I can say. Our generation was watered down. I'm gonna say that and be real. But this next generation that just came, they even more watered down. It's even bringing in more snitches. Like, what I mean by watered down is a lot of niggas jumping in this shit, not knowing what they jumping into. They just being crash outs for the music. Some of them stupid, they ain't real gangsters, so that they doing the crimes, but they not knowing the consequences because they ain't think about it. They talking to each other like, boy, what you doing? Like, a nigga finna do a crime, you be like, man, what if we get caught? Be like, man, what the fuck you thinking about? What if we get caught? Don't be stupid, nigga. You supposed to think about what if you get caught. That way you know you not gonna snitch or not. These niggas don't think about if they get caught, then you don't know if you gonna snitch. Now you end up getting caught with a nigga that didn't think about what if he get caught. Now he snitching on you and shit. It do hit different. But yeah, definitely like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Trey Trizy, been busy, and I'm finna get up out of here.